Hi.
Just gonna demonstrate eating these.
Your cookies look delicious, Pix.
Or me this.
I hope everybody is having an absolutely fabulous day. It is gorgeous outside. If you have not had a chance to get out yet, definitely get out at some point. I know that I wanted to share one of our favorite things from my house, which is reading stories. So we're lucky enough at Rockstar Roller Derby to have such a diverse group of girls that one of our skaters is actually also a children's author. So I thought I would read one or two of her books today to share with everybody. So her name is Jean Helmar, and I will share her link down in the comment section for anybody who would like to check her out. Yeah, so let's get started. So the first story I'm going to read is How to Ship a Giraffe, written by Jean Helmar, illustrated by Fabiana Farkas. And I think these illustrations are just so adorable. And I really like that her stories follow along with the logic, like the logic imagination that goes along with the child's thought process. So here we go. How to Ship a Giraffe, written by Jean Helmar, illustrated by Fabiana Farkas. And when you buy her books, she even writes you a little personal inscription, which I love for my son. I love going to the zoo, don't you? So many animals and lots of things to do. But do you ever wonder, when some new animals appear, how in the world did they ever get them here?
Oh, I'm still muted.
Hello, buffalo. Did you have to row across a lake and through the snow? Greetings, gorilla. Did you swing from tree to tree and thing to thing? These illustrations are so adorable, and they just get sillier as the book goes on. Hiya, cheetah. Did you run up and down until you were done? Hey there, elephant. Did your big legs stomp around the mountains and through the swamp? They're so cute. Look how wistful these illustrations are. But wait, look there. I cannot even guess how they got here to this address. And she's pointing to the giraffes at the zoo. Good morning, giraffes. How are you? How did you get to the zoo? Good question. Did you ride on a double-decker bus or roller skate with a friend named Gus? I gotta get a close-up here. Look at those sweet little roller skates. So cute. Did you fly on a plane or drive in a boat? Perhaps ride here on a big white goat? Look at that sweet little babushka. It's so cute. However you arrived, by plane or by train, we're so very excited that you came. Such a sweet, sweet book. Awesome. So in between, I thought I would read one of my favorite read alouds to read to my son and to my students. And it's an award-winning book for read alouds. So I hope you forgive if I got a little crazy with the voices, but it's a lot of fun. I'm sure a lot of you know, but Skippy Jon Jones by Judy Schachner. Here we go. Skippy Jon Jones by Judy Schachner. Every morning, Skippy Jon Jones woke with the birds. That's not where birds belong. And this did not please his mother at all. Get yourself down here right now, Mr. Kitten Britches, ordered Mama Junebug Jones. No self-respecting cat ever slept with a flock of birds, she scolded, or ate worms, or flew, or did his laundry in Mrs. Doohiggy's bird bath. The lecture went on and on as usual. You've got some serious thinking to do before you leave this room, Mr. Fuzzy Pants, said his mother, about just what it means to be a cat, not a bird, not a mouse or a grouse, not a moose or a goose, not a rat or a bat. You need to think about just what it means to be a Siamese cat. And stay out of your closet, she added, closing the bedroom door. But once he was alone, Skippy Jon Jones began to bounce and bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. Oh, I'm Skippy Jon Jones and I bounce on my bed, and once or 6 times I land on my head. On his way down to earth from the gigantic big bounce, Skippy Jon Jones shot past his bedroom mirror. "Holy guacamole!" exclaimed Skippy Jon Jones. "What was that?" Close up the mirror and you might see what he can say. So up again he went, and again it appeared. There, then, using his very best Spanish accent, he said, "My ears are too big for my head. My head is too big for my body. I am not a Siamese cat. I am a Chihuahua." Back on land, Skippy Jon Jones climbed into his toy box and rifled through some of his old junk. After he put on his mask and sword and climbed onto his mouse, Skippy Jon Jones began to sing in a muy soft voice. "My name is Skippito Frisquito. I fear not a single bandito. My manners are mellow. I'm sweet like the jello. I get the job done, yes indeedo." Back in the kitchen, Jujubee, Jezebel, and Jilly Boo Jones were helping Mama Junebug Jones make some lunch. "Can Skippy Jon come out of his room now?" asked Jujubee. "No," answered Mama Junebug Jones. "Mr. Fluffernutter is still thinking." But in fact, Skippy Jon wasn't thinking about being a Siamese cat at all. With the walk into his closet, his thoughts took him down a lonesome desert road into far, far away old Mexico. Not long into his journey, a mysterious band of Chihuahuas appeared out of the dust. "Ay caramba!" he shouted. "Who goes there?" "We go by the name of Los Chimichangos," growled Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones. "Who are you?" "I am El Skippito, the great sword fighter," said Skippy Jon Jones. Then the smallest of the small ones spoke up. "Why the mosquito, dude?" "I go incognito," said Skippito. "Do you like rice and beans?" said Pintolito. "See, I love mice and beans," said Skippito. "He might be the dog of our dreams," said Rosalita. "Perhaps," said Tia Mia, "if he knows the secret password." Leaning down close to Don Diego, El Skippito half sneezed, half spoke the secret password into the Chihuahua's very large ear. "Choo-choo!" "Bless you," said Don Diego. "Gracias," said Skippito. "Then it is true," declared Don Diego. "Yippee, yippito! It's the end of Alfredo Bozito. Skippito is here. We have nothing to fear. Adios to the bad Bumblepito." Then all of the chimichangos went crazy loco. First, they had a fiesta. Then they took a siesta. But after waking up, the chimichangos got down to serious business. Using his paw, Don Diego drew a picture in the sand of the great Bumblepito for Skippito to see. A hush grew over the chimichangos so great that one could hear a whisper drop. "Alfredo Bozito," whispered the crowd. "El Bumblepito bandito." I mean, he is terrifying looking. I mean, look at that stinger. "See," said Piquito Tito, "the bandito steals our frijoles." "Not your beans," Skippito said, outraged. "See," Piquito continued, "red beans, black beans, Boston baked and blue, cocoa, coffee, kidney beans, pinto, and jelly too. And now he comes for us," Skippito, or Piquito added. "Por qué?" asked Skippito. "Because we are full of the beans too." Then Don Diego stood tall and in his most somber voice declared, Yo quiero frijoles. The dude just wants his beans back, okay? Said Paquito Tito. And you are the dog for the job. Me? Asked Skippito. Then all of the chimichangos turned towards Skippito, the great sword fighter. He's probably feeling very nervous right about now. But poor Skippito had no time for a plan, because in the blink of an eye, a gigantic shadow darkened the landscape. The chimichangos scattered in all directions. Vamos, Skippito, or it is you, the bandito will eat, they all cried. Skippito stood his ground, but his legs shimmied and shook like the jello, and his teeth chattered like the castanets. Then, in a muy soft voice, he said, my name is Skippito Frisquito. I fear not a single bandito. But Alfredo Bozito flew right for Skippito, until the bean-eating bandito hovered only inches away from the great sword fighter's face. Holy frijoles! Cried Skippito as he thrust his sword into the air. Suddenly, pop, went the bandito, landing on Skippito's sword. And quicker than one could say, chihuahuas, cheese, and crackers, every kind of bean came spilling out of Alfredo Bozito, the bumblebito bandito. That's a lot of beans. Then all of the doggies burst into song. Yip, yippee, yippito. Our hero is El Skippito. He's the dog of our dreams who delivers the beans, and now we can make our burritos. I love burritos. But back at home, there was such a ruckus coming from Skippy Jon's room that Mama Junebug Jones and the girls just had to find out what was going on. They raced down the hall to the kitty boy's room. Bonito, Crashito, Papito, Skippito! Just in time to see Skippy Jon's closet exploding. Then out flew Candy, beanbag doggies, and the kitty boy with his birthday piñata on his head. Skippy Jon Jones! Everyone cried. Hola, muchachitas, he said in a muy soft voice. Mama Junebug Jones lifted up Skippy Jon and covered his head with furry, purry kisses. What am I gonna do with you, Mr. Cocoa Pugs? She scolded. That's a big mess. That night, when he was supposed to be going to sleep, Skippy Jon began to bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. Oh, I'm Skippy Jon Jones with a mind of my own, and I'll bounce on my bed for hours. I know I'm a cat, but forget about that. Say good night, Skippy Jon Jones, called his mama. Buenos noches, mis amigos, said Skippy Jon Jones. That is the end of Skippy Jon Jones by Judy Shatchen. And I read that really fast. So I have another book by the wonderful author Jean Helmar, and then I can actually read another book because I actually have a huge library of children's books, if you couldn't believe it. So the next book that we have is super cute, and it actually makes me think of my son every single time that I read it or even see the cover, because he is in love with waffles. I think all kids are. So we're going to read Do Blueberry Waffles Make Blueberry Bubbles by Jean Helmar, illustrated by Fabiana Farkas. Look at that sweet illustration. Good morning, sunshine. It's a brand new day. Let's go and see what's on our plate today. Makes me think of me when I was a kid too. That feeling of first waking up. Do you like waffles? I think they're great. Oh, blueberry waffles. Let's not be late. There is something very special about making breakfast with your parents when you're a kid. Some of my best memories are in the kitchen and reading books. There's something special about my waffles, though. Something magic in the blueberry dough. If I try, I can blow through the squares, and bubbles appear, bubbles everywhere. Blueberry bubbles fill the sky, all over the kitchen. Watch them fly. Blueberry bubbles on mommy's nose. Blueberry bubbles on daddy's clothes. Always need maple syrup with those waffles. Blueberry bubbles on the kitty cat's dish. Blueberry waffles are my breakfast wish. Look at that sweet kitty cat, Monty. Oh my gosh, look at those cute whiskers. So those are the books that I have prepared to read. If you guys give me a hot second, I can absolutely find another excellent book to read. Let's read. Okay, I grabbed 2 more books. This should take up more than enough time, and they are 2 of my favorite books as well. Of course, one of them has to do with cooking, and one of them just makes me think of my son all the time. Kids are so imaginative. That's such a beautiful part of them that I honestly treasure, and I love seeing every single day in my classroom and at home with my son. So the first one, or I guess the 4th one I'm going to read you, is called The Tickle Tree. This is a great fall book. It's written by Shay Strathy, illustrated by Polly Bernatine. And these illustrations are also beautiful, and they're super creative. And here we go. The Tickle Tree. Have you ever been where the tickle tree grows and laughed as it jiggles its twigs on your toes? I love when authors and illustrators do this combination. I think it just brings the words to life. Have you sat on the back of a giant galumph and let out a whoop as you slid down its hump? Have you scratched an old crabby snap under his chin, or slept through the sound of a boom jangle's din? Have you walked with a wibble bird made out of jelly, or perched on the paunch of a bubble love's belly? If the answer is no, then you shouldn't despair, as I'm sure that there's some way for you to get there. I love these illustrations. I wish I could, do art and stuff. That's not in me. I can read it. I can't draw or write. Have you leaped like a spring bungle up to the stars and said, "How do you do" to the Grimbles on Mars? Have you wondered why horse riding poo-munkles stink? Or played hide and seek with a luminous Frank? To get there is simple, but you'll have to wait and hope that I tell you before it's too late. Uh-oh, looks like the sun's going down. The lights are coming on. Have you given a moonjack a ride on your foot, or cuddled a clump and been hugged by a snoot? If the answer is no, then that's really tough luck. Without clear directions, it looks like you're stuck. Have you danced with a marvelous musical meep, or dunked with a dennyfish down in the deep? Have you had a pink puffalump's last piece of pie, or climbed a free fangle dangle up to the sky? Don't tell me you haven't. I'm really surprised. All right then, I'll show you. But first, close your eyes. It's clear that you're eager to get to this place or Snugglebugs buzz and, oh my gosh, Rapunzel runs race. I'll show you the way, but it's not where it seems, through the Tickle Tree's leaves and into your dreams. What a sweet story, isn't it? So cute. And then the last story I have to read to you is by the wonderful author, Laura Numeroff. She does If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, If You Give a Pig a Pancake, but my personal favorite is If You Give a Moose a Muffin. And these stories are great because they have a great circular motion, and it's a great way to talk about cause and effect. So obviously I destroyed the jacket for it. Good thing I got a hardcover. If You Give a Moose a Muffin by Laura Joffe Numeroff, illustrated by Felicia Bond. Look at that sweet moose. What's he smelling? If you give a moose a muffin, you'll want some jam to go with it. So you'll bring out some of your mother's homemade blackberry jam. When he's finished eating, you'll want another, and another, and another. And when they're all gone, he'll ask you to make some more. You'll have to go to the store to get some muffin mix, and he'll want to go with you. When he opens the door and feels how chilly it is, he'll ask to borrow a sweater. When he puts the sweater on, you'll notice one of the buttons is loose. You'll ask for a needle and thread. You'll start sewing. The button will remind him of the puppets his grandmother used to make. So you'll ask for some old socks, and he'll make some sock puppets. When they're done, you'll want to put on a puppet show. You'll need some cardboard and some paint. Then he'll ask you to help him make the scenery. When the scenery is finished, he'll get behind the couch, but his antlers will stick out. So you'll ask for something to cover them up. You'll bring him a sheet from your bed. Just look at that background. That looks like the perfect puppet show background. A little bit of everything. When he sees the sheet, he'll remember he wants to be a ghost for Halloween. He'll try it on and shout, "Boo!" It'll scare him so much, he'll knock over all of the paints. So he'll use the sheet to clean up the mess. Then he'll ask for some soap to wash it out. He'll probably want to hang the sheets out to dry. Mom's out there, uh-oh. He'll go outside to put it on the clothesline. When he's out in the yard, he'll see your mother's blackberry bushes. What do you think that's going to remind him of? Seeing the blackberries will remind him of her jam. He'll probably ask you for some. And chances are, if you give him some jam, oh my gosh, they have to hurry up and get away. Mom's coming! He'll want a muffin to go with it. That's what I got. So if you guys want to check out the link that I put in the feed for the author, Jean Helmar, please check it out. When I ordered both of these, she not only inscribed them, but she also gave me some super cool stickers. She gave me some bookmarks and a super adorable giraffe for Odin that he is currently painting at his grandparents' house. So check it out. Check out the link. Check out her. Her stuff is adorable. Yeah. Would you like me to read